Have you ever taken on like the emotions of someone else? Like you just take on how they feel. Like maybe you were happy and then you come in contact with them, somebody that's sad, and then you start to feel sad. Or maybe someone has unrealistic expectations, or maybe realistic expectations, but they're just not your expectations on yourself. Today I want to talk to you about how you can overcome others' expectations for you and learn how to not take things so personally. Friend that would take everything personal, and when I say everything, I mean everything. And it could be something so simple. Maybe she called you, you didn't answer the phone, and then you didn't call her back that night. She would internalize it and make it be like, oh, you must have an attitude with her, all of these things. And I would tell her all the time, like, you have to learn how to not take things so personal. A person could have just got busy. They could have their own things going on, because a lot of times we'll allow how someone treats us to dictate how we feel, and then we internalize it and we take it personal. And they could have just had a bad day and it had absolutely nothing to do with you. So the first thing I want you to remember when someone else is trying to put unrealistic expectations on you, or you feel yourself taking on someone's emotions and feelings, is the way that they're treating you in that moment could very well have nothing to do with you at all. Like, we need to channel our inner Monica and don't take it personal, and realize it may not have anything to do with us. And when it comes to your emotions, remember that you are in control of your emotions. And whenever I feel my emotions getting out of whack, or I feel a situation or a circumstance trying to get me into a negative place, I tell myself that I control my emotions, they don't control me. And I'll tell myself that as many times as I need to, because your emotions are such an important part of you, and they shape the way you feel, the way you think, the way you act. So when you can learn how to keep those in check and can control those, you're gonna have a lot more self-control as a person, and you're just gonna be a lot happier as a person. So Tyler Perry and Spike Lee had this beef, and they're cool now, but like essentially Spike Lee had said that something about Tyler Perry's plays, movies, etc., and he wasn't a fan at all. And so then Tyler Perry did this interview, and he talked about how it hurt him when he heard it, because he looked up to Spike Lee. Like, that was, you know, somebody that he looked up to as somebody in the game, and it bothered him that Spike Lee said that. But one thing that Tyler Perry, a quote that he gave, and he said that about whenever someone has an issue with his work, I thought was so profound, and I want to read it to you guys. And it says, because if you're complaining about my writing, you're not my audience. My audience love the way that it's done and the way the stories are told. And from the beginning, it's always been about being true to them. And so I thought that quote was so powerful, because it got me thinking, like, why don't we look at our life that way? Meaning, your friends, your coworkers, the people you come in contact with, the situations and experiences that you have in life, that is your audience. So instead of trying to cater to everyone, which is what we often try to do, let's cater to our audience. So if someone doesn't like the way you're doing something, or if someone is trying to put unrealistic expectations on you, maybe they're just not your audience. And you've got to look at it that way, because a lot of times we'll take on the expectations of others, and they're not even ours to take on in the first place. If you are not somebody that works out, it's very unrealistic to take on the expectations of being able to run 5 miles in 20 minutes. You're not gonna be able to do it at all. And even if you do work out, I don't even know how successful you would be at that. But you can't take on those unrealistic expectations. You're not gonna be able to run a 7-minute mile if you're not an athlete. So when you're letting someone project their expectation on you, you have to ask yourself, is this even my audience? And if it's not, it's okay. It's okay to say it's not. And you have to be assured in who you are as a person and your identity, so that you don't allow that situation to move you. So Tyler Perry knew who he was. He was sure in his identity and his audience and his gift and his ability. So even though it hurt, the comment, you know, just because of who it came from, it didn't distract or deter him from his audience and what his purpose and his mission was in life. And we have to be the same way. Like, other people can project stuff on us, but it's up to us if we pick it up or not. So you can choose to not pick it up. Don't pick up their expectation on you. Don't pick up their negative energy that they're putting on you. That's how you can learn how to overcome the expectations of others. So on this channel, I'm telling you every midday motivation to walk in your purpose, with purpose, on purpose. And part of knowing your purpose is knowing who you are, knowing your identity and who you are as a person. I spoke about Tyler Perry knew who he was. He was firm in his identity, because when you're firm in that, no one else can come in and give you no negativity or anything like that. Like you're not going to receive it because you are secure in who you are. And I know some of you may be sitting there thinking like, I don't know who I am. And if that's you, I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel like something's wrong with you. It's okay, and you're in the right place. You're in a safe place at Crystal Clear Hope, and I got you covered. The next midday motivation, we're going to dive deeper in how to discover your identity, and we're going to start looking at how to discover your purpose, because you may know who you are, but maybe you don't know what your purpose is yet in life, and that's okay again, but we're going to get there together. So if you're not already a subscriber, you'll want to hit subscribe and click that bell. That way when I post a new video, you can get the notification and you won't miss the next midday motivation. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, if this helped you in any way, give me that thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what other types of content you would want to see on the channel. If you have prayer requests, you can leave them there. If you don't feel comfortable putting it in the comments, you can always DM me on Facebook or Instagram at Crystal Clear Hope. I love you guys so much. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you the next time. Bye.